Everybody needs love. Show love, show love. Our needs. Love just makes it all complete. Love is all that our needs. Love just makes it all complete. Show love. Everybody needs love. Show love. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Love.
Go and give me air, please.
Makes it all complete. Stop the killing, the chilling. And the spine killing I really at the news that had this victim of the crime. Much pain, coming down the high gates of London. Promised their life, got solution one away. They show love, show love, show love, everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Show love. Everybody needs love. Love is all that I will need. Love just makes it all complete. Love is all that I would need. Love just makes it complete. Show love, everybody needs love. Hear the cries of the mothers losing their young. Can't you feel it's such a pain in their lungs? Life and nature's the same when they gone. Gone too soon, gone too quick. Life ain't a tick. Oh, show love. Everybody needs love. Show love. Everybody love. Show love. Everybody needs love. Show love. Show love. Everybody needs love. Love is all that I would need. Just make show love. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Show love. Everybody needs love.
Need love. Show love to her wherever you are. Show love to family. If we solve a better place to stay, lack of love is the result of the problem that we are facing now in the current world. If we love ourselves, we will do things the way it's supposed to be done. Thank you so much for those of you that Now, this is the African Portal Radio, your one-stop media house where everyone have a say. We're coming to you raw. African Portal Radio here in Pretoria, South Africa is going to be a very beautiful afternoon here on the African Portal Radio, South Africa. One of Olufemo praise from all the way from UK to celebrate, and we say that may the Lord bless your new age. Welcome to the African Portal, everyone joining us. It's going to be another beautiful time. She's author, she's a pastor, so please join us. It's going to be a beautiful time on the African. I hope you have a birthday party going. Where's the party place? Greet my people, let them know that you're already on the African Portal Radio.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are joining us across the globe this afternoon. Is afternoon here in the UK. London time is 12:01 at the moment. It's here to come your way on African Portal. Thank you so much for having me, my host. It's a pleasure being on your show today. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Thank you very, very much. It's going to be a beautiful this afternoon. But it's not by mistake we host you on the put smile on the people. We celebrate people while they are still here. Celebrate people when they are far gone. We walk many kilometers to go and bury someone.
Hmm.
When it's dead.
Hmm.
But when it's alive, you see we will get there. We definitely get there. Are you there, ma?
I am here. I think
Can you hear me?
you're having a bit. I
Okay,
can hear you.
okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. iPhone is going to give us a lot of headaches, but we're going to manage it. We're going to manage it. Okay, let's go into the business of today. My name is Dare Oluso. To those of you that you are joining us all over the world, welcome to the African Portal Radio, your one-stop media house where everyone has a say. God bless those of you that you are sharing. Please get in. Let's do it together. I greet everyone. Dumela, Ashe, Moloi, Assalamu alaikum, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bonjour, all over Africa. We greet and we salute every one of you, no matter what the time is on your side. Welcome to the African Portal Radio, your one-stop media house where everyone has a say. It's happening right here, right now on the
Until
African Pulse, celebrating one of our very own, Olufemi. Beautiful time with her on the studio this hour. Please join us. It's going to be a beautiful time. Ma, time again to introduce yourself to my audience. You are author, you are a musician, gospel musician, you are a woman of God. Everything is putting together inside you. Please let me use and to welcome you as well on my show.
I want to say a big thank you for having me on the show again today, and thank you for the birthday wishes. I am very grateful. The Lord bless you. Uh, Thanks everyone again for joining us across the globe, wherever you are, that you're watching this afternoon. I've authored a book, the Master's Script, which is a book based on a true life story, telling the story of my life, uh, how far God has brought me, what I've experienced, the big lessons life had taught me. All was shared in that book. The book is a one-stop shop. It talks about growing up, talks about being a teenager, talks about relationships,
We can't, we
talks
can't,
about
we can't hear you in the studio. Do me a
you can.
favor if you are hearing me. Step out from that platform. Let me put you in through. I'm hearing you, man. Continue. Continue, man.
Okay. Okay, like I was saying, the book is a one shop, talks about marriage, relationship, talks about a personal relationship with God, talks about in-law, talks about parenting, talks about career. And they were all through like the big lessons in the master's script. I'm a lawyer. I studied law here in Kenya, but I passionate to be a lawyer since I was a teenager. But my teachers at secondary school thought I was sciences, so they forced me to study computer science. So I studied computer science in Nigeria for relocation, but the passion to become a lawyer never left me. So when I got to United Kingdom, the first thing was to apply university to study law, and God helped me. I did study law at LLB Hans. After that, I went to uh, in law and business, and I did a legal practice course as well. You see, so I'm a lawyer. I'm practicing. I think music is my first love. Growing up as a child from 6, I discovered God embedded me with the to praise Him with my voice, and that I had been doing as a 6-year-old girl up until now. Praising God is my life. Is the core, the center of my life. I sing. I'm a mother, a lawyer, an author. Um, I'm a philanthropist as well. I'm the president and founder of the Infinity Great Achievers International Foundation. We've been working in a great country since 2018. Till date, we've trained over 600 young adults in 12 different vocational departments. We've empowered them with skills that will make them better their lives and have a uh, yeah, it's me briefly. I'm a TV host as well. I host a show
Thank
presently.
you.
I've been hosting my show
Mm.
Questions and on Sky Television here in London, on Sky 589 for the past 10 years. And recently I started a new season of Legal Point on Sky 5 as well, every Tuesday, 9 p.m. UK time. I'm Sky on Legal Point. Feel free across the globe to join us. If you
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. We just having a challenges with the device because of the kind of device that you are using is kind of giving headache. we can't see your face, and I wish I can be seeing your face so that we can be able to have a good communication. But your face is not showing on my screen.
Uh, I am not sure why that is. Mm, can, can you
Side.
see? Can you see me?
I can see you now.
Oh, can you see me now? Hmm. Hello. Hmm.
Thanks to everyone. Sorry about that. It have to do with kind of device she's using. She's using a iPhone, and iPhone is not compatible with the network that we have here on our side. So we have to relegate her and to connect directly with her through via phone call. Unfortunately, we'll not be able to have this conversation smoothly with that connection. So we would rather use this side to communicate because on the other side we will not be able. But let me see if I can put you on a camera call so that that will be better so that I can be seeing your face as well. Okay, thank you very much. But before I go on to that, let me just quickly hear some of your music. Let's celebrate. It's your birthday. Let's enjoy our song. It's happening right here on the Africa Podcast. Thanks to everyone joining us. It's a birthday. You know, I told you earlier before now that it's going to be a beautiful time in the studio. Join us. Let's do it together. It's happening right here, right now on the African Podcast. Join the celebration.
I never let you love me, You shocked me off my feet, and you took away my breath, I said to myself, you will be my king. You'll always be my first, and together we will be as one. If I love you too much. So many years your beauty will never go. Allow me, yeah, yeah, yeah. You are precious joy to me, of inestimable value. My melody and harmony, yeah. You are my friend no matter what, until eternity to come. And I dedicate this song to you. I love you too much. I love you, I love you. If you are the best, your love you do me. Like I love your love you do me. You are the best. Joy of my heart, you are love of my life. You are fire. I love you too much. Hey, Brunaya, you are the best. You are the bottom of my best. You are the sugar in my tea. Yeah, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love the champion. Your love is so amazing. Your touch changed my life. Your voice gives me peace. Your love is so sweet. If I love you too much. You are the king. I love you. Your love is shocking. Your love that to me. I love you too much. Your love that to me. Like a rock. Joy of my soul. Love of my life. You are. I love you too much. I love you too much. I love you, I love you, I love you. You love the champion. You are the apple of my eye. I love you too much. You are the melody in my heart. You love the champion. Oh, joy of my heart, oh, love of my life. You are the fire. I love you too much. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you too much.
Thanks to everyone joining us. It's happening right here on the African Portal Radio. We're giving you raw on the African Portal. It's birthday party, it's birthday celebration on the African Portal. All those music you're listening to is coming right from my guest in the studio. You see how it sounds so beautiful, so nice, so beautiful. Rhythms on that music that I'm bringing to your way this hour. Thank you very much, everyone joining us. I hope you are enjoying yourself on the African Portal. Join the celebration. It's happening right now, right here on the African Portal. We have one of our very own Pastor Mrs. Praise Esther Olufemo on the African Portal Radio. It's going to be a beautiful time on this show this hour. Please join us carefully. We have a lot of things that we're going to bring to your way on this program this hour. Thank you very much. Let's start this way, Ma, because I have a lot of things that I'm going to discuss with you. There's so much things. God have deposited a lot of things inside you, and God have been using you for many things. I've listened to people. I do some research about you, and people seems to be talking so well about you, telling me about things that you've done to yourself. I mean, for the community, most especially in UK and in Nigeria. Man, let's take it this way. Your book is one thing that attracts me to you, and it's one thing that I love so much about you, because you put it together and you say it as it is. What inspire you? That book, there's so much thing you cover in the book. Can you take us through it just in a summary? Can you take us through it? Let us have an understanding. What exactly inspire you? Where is coming from? Is it your personal life experience, or it is something that you just sit down and you receive the inspiration, or it happened to someone around you? Can you just elaborate it a bit?
All right, sir. Thank you so very much. About the master's script. Master script is purely the story of my personal life.
Wow.
I was praying one morning, and God told me that the experiences allowed me to acquire over the years the journey it took me through and it's still taking me is not just for me. All I've been through is a preparation of where it's taken me to, and the fact that he wants to use that as a way of, helping and supporting people who might be going through all I went through, or even worse. So the book is purely all my life lessons, all the lessons life taught me, all my experiences, growing up, getting into ministry, challenges with relationships, marriage, challenges in the marriage, lessons I learned, how God restored me, in challenges with in-laws, parts the children played. It's a book full of full of life true stories coming directly from my own personal life experiences. That is what the master's script is about. I was trying to see if I can read you the forward of that book briefly.
Okay.
1 minute, please. Let me do the forward. A beautiful lady here in the UK forwarded the book, and I think our forward would capture for you what the master script is all about. Sorry, give me 1 minute. I'm trying to.
No problem. Take your time to read it out. We are together on this program, so don't worry. It's going to be a beautiful time. It's your day, you remember, so we have nowhere we are running to. It's your day. We dedicate it to you. So enjoy it, exploit, and have it to yourself. But in the meantime, while you're still looking for that, let me just continue enjoying some of your music here in the studio. A lot of people are really enjoying it. Let's enjoy our music before we continue. Join us to celebrate these great women of God of our time. Enjoy this music while she's
From the first time that I met you, I never let you love me. You shocked me off my feet, and you took away my breath. I said to myself, you will be my king. You'll always be my first love, and together we will be as one. If
I know you are enjoying it. I know you are having a beautiful afternoon. Your weekend starts from here. And I love you so much. God, I love you so much. The first day I meet you and the first day I discover you, I know you are the God and there's none like you. Thank you very much. Please show that book again to my listeners and my viewers at home. Let them see. Please show it to them. Let them see. You see, you need to go and grab the copy of that book. If you have not, please go and grab the copy of that book right now, right here. It's available on all the bookstores and online. You can get it. Please go and grab your copy. Let's quickly go into the business of the day. Please read the forward message of this book. Let's take it from there because there's so much to talk about, especially about that book and your music before we go into your career.
Absolutely. Let me read the forward of the book to you. The lady who forwarded the book wrote and said, when I first received the manuscript for this book, I thought there was nothing new for me to find out. I was already familiar with Esther's story. So I thought. I was wrong. Very wrong. I met Esther at a difficult time in my life. I met Esther at a difficult time in my life when I was struggling with a very abusive marriage. Sorry, a lot of calls are coming in through my phone.
I see.
So I'm having to stop and end the calls. So they didn't know most of them don't know I'm live. I met Esther at a very difficult time in my life when I was struggling with a very abusive marriage. I remember being very nervous about telling her my story because I was not sure what to expect from her. This is true of many victims of abuse. They have they have hard time believing their own stories, so they do not think that others will truly understand. Esther listened to me very patiently while I poured out my heart out. When I finished, she sighed and said that she understood very clearly what I was talking about. She then started sharing her own story with me. I came to her with my tale of woe, but even as I heard her story, tears ran down my face. Since then, it has been a shared journey of recovery. She was very far ahead of me in recovery, so she became a mentor, showing me what was possible and encouraging me to keep fighting and showing up. I honestly do not know what I would have done without her. When she says in this book that she knows that God permits certain things to happen to us so that we could support others through their journeys, she wasn't exaggerating. It is true. I am a living example of that. My words to you today is to read this book, even if you think you know Esther, because you do not know half of it. She shares her story, her motivations, and her journey with God that only she knows. We are privileged that God has continued to use her to move her to prepare our soul, so we can thank God for her and learn from her. But more importantly, so that we can be reminded of His everlasting love for us. He has loved us with an everlasting love, Jeremiah 31:3. But now, thus says the Lord, who created you, Jacob, who formed you, Israel. Dear, do not fear. Sorry, Israel, do not fear. I have redeemed you. I have called you by my name. You're mine. The verse above is the reason why you and I can overcome anything. This is why we are not victims of overcomers, survivors. This is why we can be healed and can retrieve everything the devil stole from us. This is why we do not give up. As you read this book, I pray that you recognize the hand of God in Esther's life and also in yours. I pray that you get the courage you need to leave any abusive situation which you find yourself, and understand that God did not create you to be overwhelmed, confused, or abused, because His plans for you are for good, not for disaster, to give you a future and hope. Jeremiah 29:11. Bridget O. Alabi, the founder of Bridget Mary Center for Women Development in the UK.
Wow, 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 wow.
Forward captures a bit of what the book is all about.
Yes. I don't want to bore you, and I don't want you to talk much on it, because I have opportunity to go through the book and I read some certain things about it, and I do some research as well about you. This is going to be an exclusive interview, though it's your birthday, but we're going to trash some certain things out, because in times such as this, it's time for us to have a conversation that will help the next generation. If we are facing what we are facing now, you can imagine what will happen in 20 years' time. If the world is what it is now, because a lot of us, especially in Africa, we seem not to think about the future. We concentrate so much about the present and the past, and we don't think about the future. That's what do we need to do? What do we need to unlearn? What do we need to correct? And what do we need to put in order for the incoming generation to have a balanced life and to enjoy their whole life as well? Because the mistake of today, I can guarantee you that the mistake of today will bring the problem tomorrow. And what we do wrong today will be the problem that the next generation is going to face. And that is why this conversation is going to be more exclusive, and we're going to go deep into some certain things that a lot of people need to learn from. You talk so much about love in your music, I've listened to some of your music. You talk so much about love. And when I look at what you say in your music and what you say in your book, it's a bit apart to each other. You give so much encouragement in your music, but you face more reality in your book. Let's balance it and let's take it out of the content. Let's try to look at it. You're a lawyer, a professional for that matter, and you have opportunity to have family, you have kids, you have you have husband, and you need to take care of them. From your own understanding, where do you think the problem in marriage? Where do you think is always coming from? Is it from the wife and from the husband and wife? Is it from the family? Is it more external than internal, or where do you think the problem normally started from your own view?
Thank you for that question. That's a very big and broad question. So I'm going to try to narrow it down as much as possible. Now, it takes two. Marriage takes two. It takes two to tango. Marriage takes two. It would be unfair to just blindly say, women are problem generators in marriage, or it's the men that are problematic in marriage. No, it takes two. And I used to tell people that marriage takes conscious effort. Before we go to the level of marriage, before anybody gets into marriage, you must marry a friend. What are the days when the appearance for, I think they still practice it in some countries where they just whether you like it or not, you are to marry this particular person to sustain a family relationship, to sustain a business relationship, etc. No. The starting point should be marry a friend. The journey of marriage is a journey of faith. No marriage on earth is easy. No relationship on earth comes easy. But the journey becomes easier when the foundation is properly laid. The Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So the big question is not who causes problem in marriage. The big question is, how did you lay the foundation for your marriage? Some of us don't have this opportunity for people to coach us when we decided to go into marriage, or when we decided to go into relationship and marry someone. Marry a friend for people to coach us. Yeah. And like I said, marriage is a journey of faith. No marriage on earth is easy. You are both from different families, different backgrounds, brought up differently, different ideologies. Two different people. You're wide apart. And if the cord of friendship is not what is drawing you together initially, even before you graduate to the level of being husband and wife, if it's not the cord of friendship that brought you together initially, you're about to face serious challenges in marriage, and those challenges could come from the husband, it could come from the wife. So it should be the cord of friendship. There is this school of thought that the greatest relationship in life is friendship. When you marry a friend, even when the going is tough, that element of friendship still keeps you going. At least if you're together at home and you don't relate as husband and wife, or what it was you. Anyways, you were my friend before I married you. So at least you can still be friends. That element of friendship, that foundation of friendship with God on your side helps the journey of marriage easy. Problems in marriage can be from either husband and wife. And apart from the fact that friendship is the starting point, communication. Any relationship, be it marriage, courtship, just any relationship whatsoever that is void of communication will die a natural death. I'll say that again. Any relationship that is void of communication, be it marriage, courtship, friendship, even business relationship, any relationship at all that is void of communication would die a natural death. So some of us, some men, some women are professors in money skipping. We are so good with silent treatment. Oh, you offends me. Oh, she offends me. And because of that offense, for the next 3-4 weeks, we are not talking. Those 3-4 weeks, you're growing apart. You're creating a gap. You manage to resolve that one, that line, another one crops up. You went apart again. The gap is growing wider and wider. So one major key problem which could arise from either the man or the woman is lack of communication. And trust me, it is enough to end a marriage. Lack of communication is enough to end a marriage.
The time is running so fast, and I have a lot of things. I have a lot of things to discuss, and I have a lot of area to take you to. But let me just quickly throw this question to you. During the time of our mother, like you said earlier on, that some of them, the forced into the marriage, probably the father said, no, this is the person you're going to marry. But if you look at the ratio, if you look at the during their time, they seems to enjoy their marriage than us that we'd say, okay, I'm the one that saw it, I'm the one that want to marry it, I'm the one that bring home that this is who I want to marry. They seems to enjoy marriage than us. Are you agree with me? And what you think they're doing right during their time? What it is that we are not doing right during our time? Or should we say that it's civilization that caused some of the problem in our own time?
Thank you so very much for that question. The time of our mothers and of our grandmothers, let me shock you with this story. My grandma got married to my grandpa, and for so many years she couldn't have a child. And at some point she decided that her husband should marry her best friend. The man said no. He said, I need you to have a child. If she has a child, maybe God will answer me. So my grandma brought her best friend herself to her husband to marry. So my grandpa married my grandma's best friend, and they were living together in peace and joy. And her best friend got pregnant, had a child, and a few years later, she got pregnant with my mother and had a child too, and named her Olufemo. My grandma was called Iya Lafia, that's her name, the mother of peace. How can you bring your best friend to marry your husband and you both live together in the same house and there was peace throughout their lifetime, all of them? So the time of our parents, the time of our grandparents is not as the same as the times we are in today. No matter how close we are as friends, I can bring my best friend to marry my husband. It's not impossible, but she did, and there was peace. I would say then there is this school of thought of submission. A woman must be submissive. The man is the head. The woman must not speak where the man is. That's their period, their time. You mentioned civilization. In today's world, we talk more of equality. We talk more of what a man can do, a woman can do better. It's a new age, it's a new era. To be sincere, it worked for our mothers and our grandmothers because they have the understanding that their husbands, they set their husbands as their lords, as the Bible described too, as their Lord, as their God. They were ready to do all it takes to make their marriage work. They've been taught and empowered to be submissive, to live as a shadow of their husbands. It's not the same in today's world. It's a world of equality. It's a world of technology. It's a world where women are now occupying. Even here in the UK, there was a time where women cannot buy a property.
in those days. Women do not have the right to buy property. Only a man can. There are countries where a woman cannot drive. Only a man can. But civilization is here. The world is changing. Women are occupying more position in power. Women are being given the freedom to be themselves. Women are seen to have the qualities that men have. Women seem to be able to achieve what men can. So generations are back. Things are changing. The world is changing. People are changing, and so you can expect that things will change in that.
Okay, I agree with you. I will be taking it a bit faster than you expect because of the time. The time is running so fast. But before we continue in this conversation, I will take you back to your book. There is something you mentioned now that I would like us to quickly look into. But before that, let me do a kind of brief introduction to everyone listening to us. Thank you very much for joining the African Portal Radio. We're having a very deep conversation with one of our very own. We're going to put her on the hot seat as well, that will be throwing some hard question to her. She's celebrating her birthday today, and we want to make sure that she have a very beautiful day. At the same time, we want to ask some questions because now she is graduating to the level of age whereby she can as well advise the coming generation. Being 47 is not a mistake, and now is a 48. Okay, thank you very much. Sorry about that. So I saw it on the social media that you mentioned it there, and that is why I'm telling people to let them know that you are now a grown mother that can advise the incoming generation as well. But before that, let me quickly take you back to the line of history, where you're coming from. Can you quickly let my people know where you're coming from, who you are, your background, where you grow from, and the position you hold is, you've mentioned it, but you've not going into it. Where are you coming from deeply in Yoruba land? Briefly.
Oh, okay. Um, my father, my late father, God bless his soul, was from Modakeke in Osun State. I was born at Oshobo. My father was from Modakeke. I was born and raised at Oshobo. Um, it was marriage that took me away from Osun State. I was practically raised in Oshobo, went to primary school there, secondary school there, went to Polytechnic for my OND and HND there before I went to Federal University of Technology, Akure, before I got married and then relocated to Ibadan. And I was in Ibadan for a few years before we relocated to the United Kingdom. So that's my father was a pastor, a reverend. He was pastor in a church before he left the world. And my mother worked alongside him. I've been in ministry all my life too. Like I told you the other time, I got to realize that I've got the grace and the hand of God upon me music-wise from age 6. So I've been singing from age 6, using my voice to praise the Lord. When I became a teenager, I started a youth interdenominational youth fellowship called Praise People's Fellowship under the umbrella name Great is the Lord Ministries. After the church on Sunday, young people like myself then from different churches will gather at Faculty Comprehensive High School. We will worship, we will pray, we will share ourselves. People with problems will, would see how we can help them. We started having fellowship in universities and polytechnics in Nigeria before I relocated. Started doing village evangelism. The team grew so strong that we became an household name in Oyo State, and Osun State then, and we were going all about, doing what God will have us do. We go to villages and help villagers with their work as we minister Christ to them. We help farmers do their farm work as we minister Christ to them. We organize concerts, we organize crusades. It was a glorious time before I left Nigeria, and those days we hosted people like yesterday I was part of the team. Big Bolaji was big. I always fight with Big Bolaji every year because he would beat the drum and break it.
he was our drummer every year. Big Bolaji was there, Pastor Sam Oye, Sola Omoge Jesus. So a lot of them across the globe today, we all grew together in the ministry of Great is the Lord Ministries as young adults. And that has been my background. I've ordained in my early 20s as a pastor. I went to Bible school, INT'L in Ibadan, and after a year Bible school, I got ordained as a minister, even though I'm not on the church now, but I've been ordained even before I got married. I've been ordained a minister to preach the gospel as a very young lady in my early 20s. So my life has been centered on God, on ministry. So some of my friends will say I've been a church girl all my life. You can say that. I've been a church girl all my life. But trust me, God has been good through it all.
Thank you very much. I intentionally take you through that road because I know there's a lot of things that needs to address on that. You've been a church girl. You grew up in the church. Your father is a pastor. Your mom worked alongside with him, and it has been a very, very great journey. You're from Modakeke. Okay, let me take you back to your book. You say it's based on life experience of your personal experience. As a Christian, as a born again Christian, when I read the book, I was like, no, it can't be a life story. Probably she's just trying to talk about someone else. What does it look like as somebody that knows Christ very well, born again Christian, having challenges in marriage? How does it look like, and what's normally be the major thing that causes it? Because from your experience, you understand the Bible, and you know that, okay, I'm married to someone that understands the Bible, so you both fear God and you understand God. So what is your take from your own personal experience?
Well, I would say firstly that it's all part of the journey. At the end of the day, God made me realize that all that had happened that was why the book is titled The Master's Script. I was just acting out the script. It was all part of the journey. It was all part of what God sketched out. The script master himself wrote for me to act and live. Because at the end of the day, where I am now and how things played out at the end of the day, it can only be God, the script writer, who actually wrote that script. Growing up as a born again Christian, and with the level of my involvement in ministry, people thought I was going to marry a pastor. I was ordained as a single girl. I was not even in any relationship when I got. Oh, I was in a relationship when I got there, but that relationship didn't work. So I was a single girl, and I've been in ministry all my life. I have fellowships in universities and polytechnics in Nigeria. I had hundreds of young people under me that we worked together. The Lord made me an household name as a teenager. So everybody were looking up to me marrying a pastor who has got a big church, so that the ministry work and the ministry gift in me can continue. But what do you do as a small child, as a small girl in ministry, and over 40 individual people, pastors, non-pastors, all coming to say, God says you're my wife. God says you're mine. I saw you. God says this one. God says that one. God says this one. I counted with my best friend then. I hope she's listening to me now. She can testify to this. We counted 32 different male. 42, sorry. Nola can testify to this. We actually took a pen and started writing their names at the time they came and their lives when they came. 42 people saying, God says you are my wife. So I got to a point I was like, which God is talking to all of these people? Because the God I know is not an author of confusion. So I got to a point I was like, no, I just want a guy that will come and say, hey babe, I love you. And maybe that will make no difference. Well, that was what I thought. That at some point that was my mind. And then as God will have it, this young man, a banker, came. The first time he saw me, he said, if I don't marry you, I don't know what I'll do. I want to marry you. I love you. It's love at first sight. And I remember my words to him vividly. I said, it can never happen. Forget about it. because out of the category, I have a list of people I can't marry because I'm a very emotional person. I don't want a doctor. They won't have time for me. Call this early call, late night call. I said I don't want a doctor. I don't want bankers. They go in the morning and come back late in the evening. And then comes the banker saying, if I don't marry you, I just told him to come black. I said, forget about it. It can't happen. And I remember him saying, Abba, you're not good about it. Think about it. Don't just throw me away like that. Don't just give me like that. You know. And so when we were the other, a few months later, we started cutting. People felt, oh, the news went around, Pastor Praise has made a serious mistake. She married an unbeliever. I remember a pastor whispered in my ears at the reception on my wedding day that my marriage will not last a year. It was bad. It was that bad. But like I told you, it was all part of the journey. Because God was preparing me for what He wants to use me for. You heard what the lady that wrote the foreword to my book said. When she came to me, she came to me in my capacity as a lawyer, as a family lawyer, to discuss what she was going through with me. I listened quietly. She was crying and sobbing, pouring out her heart. But when I opened my mouth, she didn't believe what she heard. And she's in a better place today, strong, recovering, forging forward in life because I was able to use my own life experience to guide her through as God has prepared me. So it's all part of the journey. I used to tell people, not all problems are bad.
Oh, thank you. Thanks to everyone listening to us. We're having a deep conversation with one of our very own in the studio. It's a birthday today, and we decide to make it an exclusive interview with Pastor Praise Esther Olufemo. It's happening right here on the African Portal Radio.
So sorry for the interruption.
No problem.
Coming in, and I was trying to end one to continue the conversation. I'm so sorry about the interruption. I should have used a different gadget. Sorry about that.
No problem.
So it's normal to prepare a vessel when you want to use it. It's like someone who wants to be a medical doctor. What do? You go to school to study medicine. Someone who wants to be a lawyer, what do? You go to school to study law. When God wants to use a vessel, He takes you to His own school and prepare you in the capacity He wants to use you. And we normally say that you said you're wise without experience. Who is your teacher? Who taught you? If you're claiming you're wise and you don't have experience, tell me who your teacher is. Who taught you? So, though the experiences were tough, though the experiences were hard, I went to a couples conference about 2 years ago. I went with my husband about a couples conference. A family friend invited us to that conference. And it got to a point I was given an opportunity to speak. And by the time I started sharing my experience, sharing what I've been through, sharing what had happened in my marriage, it became the highlight of the whole weekend. It was a weekend conference. It became the highlight of the whole weekend. I had to, start counseling couples. In fact, I was praying that the host of the conference won't be intimidated because it wasn't me that actually organized the program. But at the end of the day, it became my life experience became. If I could remember, a lady walked up to me and said, "Actually, I've actually filed for divorce. I'm just waiting for them to serve him. He doesn't know yet," and they were there together. The husband wasn't aware that she had already filed for divorce, and they would be serving the man the following week, and they were at the conference together. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is not all problems are problems are bad problems. It is only normal that God prepares us. God gets us ready. You want to use the vessel you prepared for what you want to use it for. The experiences might not be pleasant, the challenges might be tough, but at the end of the day, it will all make sense. When you now see things happening around you, when you see people coming, because God Himself, after having proved you, after having prepared and proved you, will now start diverting to your direction people who need the help that He has, He has embedded in you through the experiences, through the He's taking you through.
Okay, let me come in there, because I think that there's a lot of things that is coming out from here, from this conversation. I'm trying to jot down one or two things, but let me quickly take you in. We already spent 1 hour right now on the program. We are on now. So, but as we're still gonna have time for you to enjoy yourself as we celebrate your day. But you are discussing a very important issue in our society today. A lot of people are going through so much pains in marriage today. A lot of marriage are going down the drain. How as we speak, a lot of people are calling it a quit right now. And on your birthday, I want you to be someone that will encourage somebody out there that no, don't quit. Quit is not the solution. You can make it again. No matter how terrible that situation is, God will intervene in that situation, no matter how bad it looks to you. Don't look at it with the eyes of the flesh. Look at it with the eyes of the spirit, and understand what God is bringing out of that situation. Don't quit now. Just wait. Listen to this program. Then you decide after this program. Ma, let me quickly take you back to some of the topic that I have for you here, so that we can quickly take it bit by bit before we call it a day. What inspire you, and what inspire you? That is number one. And what drive you?
My inspiration is God. My drive comes from Him too. And apart from that's the source, that's the foundation. God is one that daily inspires me, and my drive comes from Him. I would say that.
Okay. Well, okay. Sorry, I will be taking it. I will be taking it bit by bit, so that I don't want us to spend more time on it. I just want us to go through them, so that we can have more time to have discussion on some other things. Because I'm still gonna take you to another area. What keep you going? And I don't want you to say, because a lot of people like to say, "Oh no, it's God." No, it's God. What keep you going? Why you still keep on going upon what you've gone through, and what you went through, and all what have happened? What is keeping you going?
Vision.
Vision.
That's what is keeping me going. Where there is vision, people perish. But when you are a man or a woman of vision, when you are a man or a woman of purpose, your purpose keeps you going.
Okay. Thank you very much. Vision is what keep you going. What does the success means to you?
Success means affecting and impacting lives positively. Impacting and affecting people's lives positively. That's success to me.
Great. So what will you consider to be your greatest failure before?
That's a very tricky question. Greatest failure. Well, I'll say not being able to, because actually I always tell people that if I'd started low when I wanted to, maybe today I would be in a better position. Studying law for me was not just to become a lawyer. I wanted to do it to be able to help young lawyers, to mentor young lawyers, to have an organization where young lawyers can thrive in life, can achieve their dreams and passion as becoming a lawyer. I'm still working towards that. But if I used to tell people that if I went back to school to study law here at age 37 or so, yeah, 37, after I had my third child at 35. I went back to school at 37 to start 100 level year one studying law. If I had done that when I wanted to do it as a teenager, as a young school girl, maybe I would have been able to do more that I wanted to do in that area that I'm doing now. But I'm not throwing in the towel yet. Once there is life, there is still hope. I'm still trusting God to be able to actually achieve everything I wanted to do in the legal field.
Okay, thank you. I like that because that's actually nagged me to my next question. I don't know why I list it and everything is falling in place the way it is. What are the different challenges on your choosing path or career?
Yeah, the career path that's one. I knew I wanted to be a lawyer as a primary school girl. If you ask me, what do you want to be in the future? I'll tell you I'm a lawyer. Even before I left Nigeria, I've been out on about two different occasions that people just walk up to me and ask, "Are you a lawyer?" Even when I've not studied law, and they don't know me, they don't know anything about me, they don't know what my passion and desire is. At about four different occasions where I went out and people just walked up to me and said, "Are you a lawyer?" So I knew that was what God created me to be. The work of a lawyer and the pastor is very close, very, very close, very, very close. The work of a pastor as a lawyer and a lawyer. So I knew that was what God wanted me to be. I knew that was, he told me years back that he made me a voice for the voiceless. He told me he made me his voice for his people. And the passion I have for justice is an unending one. I hate to see people being cheated. I hate seeing people being treated unfairly. You know, it's just a passion that resides on the inside of me. You know, so if they had allowed me to follow through my dreams, I would not be here in the legal. I would be a very higher place in that category. But it's never late. I thank God who didn't let me give up on myself because he didn't give up on me. Here I am. I achieved the dream and I'm partnering and working towards being able to help young lawyers and upcoming lawyers achieve their own dreams as well. The other one you said about children?
Yes.
My children are God's gift. That's how I'm going to put them. They are serious, serious God gift. When I had my challenges in marriage, all the big men of God, fathers and mothers that are part of our lives, all intervened. I have a father in the Lord, very close person, who actually flew in from Nigeria to London because of us. And I said no to everybody. In fact, for over a year, all my family members didn't communicate with me, my mom, my siblings, everybody left me to me. Because I said, no, it is over. If someone flew in from Nigeria because of it, I said, it's not happening. But when God was ready, it was the children he used. No intervention from outside. It was my first child, Emmanuel, that God used to begin with, and his two other siblings joined in, and it was like a dream. A challenge of 7 solid years was resolved through children. So, me, my children are God's gift. And let me say this. I was talking to someone last week at the studio, at the TV studio before I went live about this. When you are having challenges as parents, please do not deny each other access to your children. It is you, the adult, the father of the mother that has got issues. Imagine if I had closed the door to my husband and not given him, because we were apart for 7 years. If I had closed the door to him completely, say, I'm not going to give you access to these children, maybe what happened today would not happen. But through our challenges I made up my mind I'm not going to stand between him and his children. He has the right to be their father. And I said to myself, I'm not going to deny my children to have their father in their lives. So he would call them every day. They would go out every weekend. They are free to travel together. It is me and him that has challenges, not him and his children. He would take them shopping like 2, 3, 4 times a year, heavy shopping. He was active in their lives, even though we weren't talking for years. It was those children God used at the end of the day to resolve a 7 years long dispute.
Okay, thank you very much. I like that aspect that you just mentioned now. But I'm thinking that I'm going to give you series because this is so deep. I'm going to arrange the gadgets that we are going to be able to see you physically on the station so that people can see you and listening to you. You know, when people are listening to you and they don't see your face, people seems not to understand how it look like, and I'm not feeling happy about it. And the reason is that you are using an iPhone. iPhone is a kind of gadget that has its own pride. And when it comes to other devices, you want to write them, you want to override them, and you want to take over with them. You can see now that after when we have stepped out from it, everything is going smoothly from our side in the studio. So I know that, and that is why I said that iPhone is not going to be working for this show today. But I like no, I'm also enjoying it. I'm happy, but the people watching it is not up to the level of people I expect to watch it. That is only pains that I'm having. But still, I enjoy it, and I enjoy that I'm having this conversation with you because I'm learning a lot of things. And one thing that good about the African Portal is that this is going to be there for life. 20 years down, your children is going to come back and listening to it again. We are keeping this into the space for the children coming, for them to have opportunity to the first information. In case if they face a similar problem, or in case if they encounter any challenges in their journey, they can easily go back to what my mom said 20 years ago. And that is the main thing. It's not really about who watch it or who don't watch. It's about what we keep there for our children or incoming generation. Let me take you a bit further, especially now that you have achieved your dream of becoming a lawyer. What does it mean to you to be 48? And what does it mean to you to be a lawyer?
Okay, like I said, passion for justice. I remember my first day in class. The first lecturer that came to class was asking each and every one of us why we want to be lawyers. And when it was my turn, I told her I have an unending passion for justice. That is what it is for me. It's not about the pride of being a lawyer or the whatever or the money that comes with it, but the fact that I'm able to help people. My life has been centered around helping people. That has been me all my life. I want to believe that was why God spared my life. At the age of 2 plus, going to 3 years, I was very sick. My mom told me I was very, very sick, and I was on life support for 3 months at Jola MP Hospital, Oshogbo. The doctors advised my parents to take me home and let me die in peace. They were going to take off the life support so that I could go home and die. My dad begged for a few more days, that he's praying and trusting that God will spare me. And after 3 months on life support, my mom told me one afternoon, the eyes have not opened for 3 months. I opened them. The eyes have not lifted, hands have not lifted in 3 months. I lifted my hands and shouted hallelujah. And that was the beginning of my recovery. So I want to believe God kept me alive for a purpose. He spared my life after 3 months on life support for a purpose. And for me, that purpose is to be a voice for the voiceless. That purpose is to be his voice to his people. So love for me is not money. Love for me is not fame. Love for me is the ability to be able to help, to support people, to give a voice to the voiceless, to help people who have been oppressed, to help the depressed. It's for me, law is a ministry. Is to enhance the ministry God has already given me. You can imagine you have a pastor who is a lawyer. And when you come, I'm able to guide you spiritually. I'm able to help you legally. And that was why I told you that the ministry, the work of a pastor and a lawyer goes hand in hand. So for me, law is to enhance the ministry God has come into. Absolutely, that has been my experience. All the clients that have come our way are clients that will need both the legal and the spiritual. Most of them at times more the spiritual help more than the legal.
So sorry about that. I'm taking it too fast, but I have a lot coming out from what you are saying that I'm supposed to be expatiate and I'm supposed to be talking about, but time is not permitting me to do that. Let me just quickly say this before I get out of your way. Two things. Today's your birthday. How do you feel? How do you feel? What do you have in your mind? What do you want to offer the people listening to us, everyone listening to us, as today is your birthday? What do you have in mind? I want to give you 2 minutes to pour your mind out in every area, in every aspect, in every area of life, whether in politics, whether current situation in around the world, whether the problem in your country, whether the problem around you. I want to give you 2 minutes to quickly pour what is bothering you in your heart. I want you to pour it out to the people so that you know that on my birthday, I said the way it is, and I'm relieved for the whole next 1 year. Even if I don't have opportunity to say anything on this radio station anymore, I'll say my mind out. I give you that time.
Thank you so very much. I feel very grateful to God, like I told you, for being alive today. You can imagine someone they wrote off some 43 years ago, and today still alive to witness my 46th birthday. I'm very grateful to God. Having said that, for the past few weeks, my heart has been very, very, very troubled and heavy because of what is going on in our nation, Nigeria. It's unspeakable. It's unspeakable. And I've tried my best. I've spoken out. I've joined the Sorosoke Bonsoke movement. And at the end of the day, I realized the government can actually not do everything. They are bad. They are not doing what they should do. Our political leaders are paying themselves hugely for oppressing people. They stole our money. Now they are stealing our food. They're killing their own citizens, killing their own children. They are killing your children abroad. You are killing them at home. Where do you want them to go? All those are there. That's a chat for another day. But moving forward, what can we do as individuals to help? We have to be the change we want to see in whatever capacity we think we can. The Nigerian government, here in the UK, we have a lot of charitable organizations that are helping the government, that are helping in communities. The government them grant, government support people here hugely and support as well, because the government cannot do. We can't leave the government to do everything. We have to be able to play our part as individuals. We have to be able to play our part as organizations. So my question is, what are we doing to effect a change in Nigeria? What step are we taking as individuals, as organizations, to be the change we actually want to see in the Nigeria? We cannot just keep talking and keep shouting. Some of us are outside Nigeria, some are there in Nigeria, and if all we do is just moan and talk about the bad governance and talk about this one that did that, and all we do is talk. Would that bring a change? No. But first, we should start asking ourselves, the generation we are now is not a generation where everything depends on the government. Yes, we want a new Nigeria. Yes, we want to change in our government. We want a new constitution. We want a new nation. But trust me, it's beyond that as well. The generation we have is a generation where Yorùbá ní àjòjì ọwọ́ kan ò gbẹ́rù dórí. What are we doing? Nigerians abroad, Nigerians at home, what is it that you know you can do in your little way to make a difference? Like for instance now, if you check UNICEF report of homeless children in Nigeria, you will be shocked. We have millions of homeless children in Nigeria who are sleeping on the road, sleeping on the streets, sleeping at train stations. Some of them opting to survive. Some of them have been trafficked. Some kidnapped for rituals. If you are a mother and you know what it takes for a child to not have a roof over them, then what are you doing in your capacity to help? Like I told you, our charity, the Infinity Great Achievers International Foundation, in the last 2 years, we've trained over 600 young Nigerians. But our next major project is to help these children on the streets in Nigeria. And if those children were in trouble before, going back by what is happening in our country now, they are in deeper troubles. And this is the time they need us most. So for our organization, our only two way of helping, the focus and the next big project we have now is to help as many children as we can off the streets in Nigeria, starting from Ibadan. We have been able, God has helped us to secure a property in Ibadan that I want to turn into a center for these young people, for these young children. We would give as many children as possible opportunity to occupy space to live in there. And those that we cannot accommodate can come in the morning, have a shower, brush, eat. And we're going to have different vocational trainings on ground. And they can, instead of them on the streets, they can eat, refresh, sit down and learn something and better their lives. I have realized that my life is beyond me. If you're there and you're still living and your life is about you and your family, you're yet to discover why you're here or not. My life is beyond me. My life is not just about me. It's not just about my immediate family. It's not just about my extended family. There are thousands of other destinies that are out there that are attached to mine. I'm not doing this because I'm rich. No. I'm not doing this because I have all I need. No. I'm not doing this because I'm a multi-billionaire. No. But out of the little I have, out of the little you have, we can do something. We can start to be change we want. Talk will not do it. Talk alone will not do it. We need to talk to create awareness for change, but talk alone will not do it. We actually have to begin to take practical steps to becoming the change we want to see. You don't like to see children on the street? Fine. What step are you taking?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I know why I take that step by step to connect you to where I'm taking you to. Right now, I'm putting you on the spotlight right now. This is the area that is very crucial to me. And this is the reason why I actually give you this platform, because the African Portal as well, we are contributing our quota to your own vision and to your own assignment as well, to support what you are doing. Right now, everyone listening to us, this is the time that we actually put it together. As she's celebrating her birthday today, it's time for us to give back to our community. For those of you that you are listening to us, they have a very big project in their hands, and they were trying to reach out to our community to find solution to some of the problems facing our community. If every one of us can do the little we can from whatever little we have, we will find a better solution to some of the problems that we are facing. And that is why, if you are with me now, it's already on the spotlight. Support them. The accounts to connect to, if you want to give them anything, is Naira account for donation, Zenith account number, and the account number is already on the screen. Please write it down. It's 1015999006. Please support them. If you are in an international country, the account name is Infinity Great Achievers International Fund. Please do all PayPal, and for international donation, please, you can as well get them on the Great Achiever UK at gmail.com. Please get out there, Be part of what they are doing as she's celebrating her birthday. Put some money into her account. Support the vision. Let this vision come to reality. My father used to say something that I love so much. My father say, anytime you support someone's vision or dream to let their dream come true, your vision and your dream as well can never be terminated. But if you stand in a place where you are killing people's dream and vision, you see people want to great, you don't want them to great, there is no way your vision as well will come true in life. Your dream will never come true. The more you kill other people's dream, the more you are killing your own dream as well. And that is life. That is the reality. That is the law of karma. So those of you that you are joining this broadcast, please support her. She's already on the spotlight right now. This is the reason why we put her on the spotlight and we give her this platform to write on and for us to get as much as possible people that can support the vision, people that can assist the vision, people that can take this vision further. Please join us. Let's do it together. Ma, before I let you out of my way, because we have just 5 minutes to round up this program for today. I will bring you back some other time. I know you have a very busy schedule, but we're going to look at another time because there's a lot of things that I think we need to talk about. But the time is not permitting me. We're already using almost 1 hour 30 minutes on this show, and I want people to get something from you. 3 things I will ask from you, then I'm out of your way. What age do you discover that you can sing? And what age do you discover that, wow, this is me? I want to impact someone's life and I want to give back to my community. On what age you decide? And the second question is this. The second question is, if you have opportunity to become Nigerian president, what will you do? What is the first thing that you will attend to upon all so many problems that the country is facing? What is the one thing that you will put in order that you will achieve in your first day or in your first month on the seat as a president of the country? The last question is this. The last question is, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? That is the 3 questions that I will have for you. Then I'm out of your way.
Okay. I discovered that I could sing at age 6. And at age 9, the leadership skills in me started manifesting. I discovered born to be a leader at age 9. And at age 13, I discovered that I am actually meant to impact and change people's lives. And so I began to take steps towards gathering people like myself, to talk to empower, to impact. So age 9, age 6, age 9, age 13. And what's the other question?
If you are becoming if you become Nigerian president, what is the first thing that you would do?
If I become the Nigerian president tomorrow, the first thing I would do is to change our constitution, because that is the source of our problems. Yorubani, permit me to say this, I'll try and interpret in English as much as I can. Yorubani, the source of our problem in Nigeria is our constitution, because that constitution is like the foundation on which our country is built. And the Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So any president that takes over and is still building on the wrong foundation, you can be sure whatever he builds is not going to stand. So if I become the president of Nigeria tomorrow, my starting point will be to deal with our wrong foundation, so that whatever newness we build can actually stand.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? I'm going to expatiate that, but not today. I'm going to take you back. All this thing we do today is just a foundation. I'm going to have an exclusive conversation with you that is going to take hours. Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
In 10 years' time, I see myself in a leading position in Nigeria. I see myself having more centers for homeless children across Nigeria and across African nations. I see myself becoming more of the voice God has created me to be for Him. I see myself becoming more voice for the oppressed. Like, if not for COVID, I took up another master's in law, human rights law, and I should be starting that in January. I had to defer because of COVID issues, but I've been given the admission already. So by January, I'm starting another course in human rights law. So I see myself speaking up more as a human rights activist, a lawyer, so to speak. Or in this case, in the spiritual sense of me being the voice God wants me to be for His people. I see myself, feeling purpose. I see myself being able to help more people to achieve their dreams and visions. I see myself being able to help more people discover and maximize their potentials. That's where I see myself in 10 years.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me round up here. What is your advice to the couples, the marriage, the singles?
If you're single, don't let materialism drive you. Let vision and purpose be a reason why you would choose anyone to marry. Not because it's God. She's here. Let it be purpose. Someone said, if you marry a man or woman that has no vision, they would end up watching television all their lives. Let purpose be your drive for choosing a partner. And like I said at the beginning of this show, marry a friend. Let friendship be the foundation of your relationship. Marry a friend. Marry for purpose. Marry a man of vision. If you are married and you have challenges in marriage, seek help. One, make open your communication channels. Don't let communication die. Because like I said when we started, any relationship void of communication will die a natural death. There are challenges, things are not working. Sit together and talk. Make a list of the things you think are not working in your marriage. Sit together and talk. If one of you is adamant as is not ready to converse, is not ready to talk, is not ready to listen, seek help. Seek spiritual counseling. Seek counseling from experts across around you. Let seek mediation. Let someone step in to mediate between you. If you are in a relationship where there is domestic abuse and violence, excuse yourself. I'm not saying divorce straight away, but excuse yourself. If you're in a relationship where it's beating today, slapping tomorrow, children are involved, they see mommy beating daddy, daddy beats mommy, you're not helping yourself, you're not helping the future of those children. So give yourself space. Time heals. Time heals. Time sorts things out. We have thousands of people, both male and female, who are dead today on the altar of marriage. I just want to stay married. I don't want people to talk. I don't want them to say I'm divorced. I don't want them to say we are separated. And then they end up killing each other. Recently, just 2-3 miles away from me here in London, a Nigerian man, my brother, killed his wife and killed himself after, leaving 4 children to their fate because of domestic violence and abuse. If he had excused himself, or the wife had excused herself, she will be alive to take care of her children. He will be alive to father his children from wherever he is. Don't wait until you lose your life. If violence is involved, please excuse yourself, seek help. Excuse yourself, seek help, pray. But if there is no physical violence, well, people will say, I'm a family lawyer. Violence is not, abuse is not just physical. It could be emotional, it could be psychological. It could be financial. If it's psychological, if it's emotional, if it's financial, seek help as well. Seek counseling. You both seek counseling. And if you're Christians, go before the Lord. Ask Him to help you. And sincerely, I'm a living testimony of the fact that there is no relationship, there is no marriage, no matter how bad, that God cannot restore, that God cannot make. There is no situation that God cannot step into and mend. But like I said, if physical abuse is involved, please excuse yourselves why you would seek help. In all of it, God can restore.
Thank you very much. It's your birthday. I don't want to bore you with so much question. We have another day that we're going to have another beautiful time together in the studio where we're going to have a deep conversation and some hot questions that you're going to be responding to. Reality talk show on the African Portal Radio. This is the birthday celebration of Pastor Praise Esther Olufemi. It's a beautiful time on the African Portal Radio. Sorry for those of you that are listening to us. We are unable to put her on the spotlight for you to see her face. But having said that, she's coming back by the grace of God. She will come back. If you want to see her face again, this is her face. Okay, please support her and be part of what God is doing in her life. Before we call it a day, let's have a celebration. Let's enjoy a few minutes that remain in this program to enjoy your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Everyone call her, send money into our account, support our vision. Today we are raising money as we're celebrating our birthday. Send some money to the account that we put on the screen. Please send the money to the account, support what she's doing, and be part of what God is using her for. She's a great woman of God. God has deposited a lot of things inside her to help this generation. God bless you really good. If you're facing a generation, facing a problem right now, we pray that God will meet you at the point of your needs. But one thing that you need to learn is that examine yourself. You yourself needs to examine yourself. Do self-examination every day, because sometimes you point finger on people, but you are the problem of yourself. So discover that. Know where you are going wrong. Know what you yourself are doing wrong. Correct yourself. Stop yourself. The power to the problem sometimes is in your hand. You may likely build the problem that is causing problem. So try to sit down, solve that problem within yourself so that you can have a better life and around the people and a better life for, around you. So please do that. Let's enjoy life. Life is too short. Don't take others' life and don't give up on yourself, because God put you here for a reason. And every woman being exists here, they were fighting a battle that you know nothing about. So take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. That is the message as we celebrate our birthday today. Thank you very much for coming out to the African Portal Radio. God bless you, very good. Let's turn to the dancing mode, to celebration mode, and to enjoy the day with you. Is going to be your music all through today on the African Portal. Enjoy it. To those of you that are listening to us, I'm not being anything better, Yoruba. Káàró dìmọ̀ṣọ́ káàró ṣọwọ́ di kíni kó wọ́n ti gbófin náà ní ojú òní tí wọ́n ìbàjẹ́ òní bá wa lágbára ìdìbò àrẹ orúkọ tèmi yí padà orúkọ tèmi náà lolúdarí olùsọ̀bọ olùṣọ́àgùtàn Samuel olùṣègùn olùsèmí ìdọ̀ pápádà mọ́ ń tọ̀ fọ́mọkùnrin bọ̀lẹ̀bọ̀lẹ̀ ọmọ sísè sísá ọ̀kárí fi kọ́lé sí ọmọ ní ọjọ́ kẹfà tí ń ṣe erúkú lẹ́lẹ́tò ojú òrí ti ẹ̀jẹ̀ láti lé ìyá mi rí dùkú pa bí ẹ̀kọ́ bàbá mi ò sí nílà àjàsán tí bá ń bẹ ńlé àdúgbò ẹran fún mi jẹ ẹ ń wò pé kí á ní ìṣọmọkùnrin tó wá gbóyìnbó lágì tó gbé sẹ́nu tí wọ́n ń sọ ìbò wíwà tó yẹ pé kì í jẹ́ báyìí ẹ má bínú ìyá tí mo gbé wá sójú òpó ìlú èbó náà wà àwọn èèyàn tí ó sì mọ owó ètò yìí èbó ni ó pọ̀ jù nínú wọn òun náà ló jẹ́ ká ṣe báyé ṣe o. To those of you that are listening to us, thank you very much. God bless you. This is celebration time. Join her, celebrate her, pray for her. We pray from the African Portal you will celebrate more years. You will see your children to the 5th generation by the grace of God. God will bless you. God will increase you. If there's any challenge in your life, if there's any problem in your life, by the power upon my life as a son of the prophet, I stand upon the mountain, I stand upon the mountain of God in my hands, and I speak to your life that that problem will disappear right now. In the mighty name of Jesus. Today is Friday. Let the celebration begin. Weekends begin from here. Enjoy your weekend. Have a beautiful time. Don't drink and drive. Stay blessed. God bless you. Very good. Enjoy this music from her as we say goodbye on the African Portal. She will come back anytime soon. Watch out for it. God bless you. Very good. See you.
From the first time that I met you, my heart never let you. Oh, love me, yeah. You shocked me off my feet, oh, and you took away my breath, oh, yeah. I said to myself, you will be my king. You'll always be my first, oh, and together we will be, yeah. That's when if you So many years will come and go. See your beauty will never go. Allow me, yeah. You are a precious jewel to me. I've been inestimable value. My melody, my harmony. You are my friend no matter what. Until eternity to them. And I dedicate this song to you.